Ukraine is a very big country in Europe. It sits between Russia and many European countries. Ukraine is important because of where it is located. This strategic position makes Ukraine like a bridge between different parts of Europe. Ukraine has borders with 7 countries. These countries are Russia, Belarus, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Moldova. This means Ukraine connects many different nations. When people or goods travel between these countries, they often go through Ukraine. The country is very large. It is the biggest country in Europe if we do not count Russia. Ukraine is bigger than France, Germany, or Poland. The large size means Ukraine has many different regions and cities. Each region has its own local culture and traditions. Ukraine sits on the Black Sea in the south. This gives the country access to important sea routes. Ships can travel from Ukraine to many other countries through the Black Sea. This makes Ukraine important for trade and business with distant nations. The location of Ukraine has always been important in history. Many different groups of people have lived there over time. Different empires and countries have tried to control Ukraine because of its good position. Today, Ukraine's location is still very important. It connects Europe to Asia. It also connects northern countries to southern countries. This makes Ukraine a key place for trade, travel, and politics in Europe. Ukraine grows a lot of food for the world. People call Ukraine the breadbasket of Europe because it produces so much grain and other crops. This makes Ukraine very important for feeding people around the world. Ukraine has very good soil for farming. The soil is dark and rich, which helps plants grow well. This good soil covers much of the country. Farmers can grow many different crops because the soil is so fertile. The main crops in Ukraine are wheat, corn, and sunflowers. Ukraine grows more sunflowers than almost any other country in the world. The country also grows a lot of wheat and corn. These crops are sent to many other countries. Many countries depend on Ukraine for food. Countries in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East buy wheat and other grains from Ukraine. When Ukraine cannot export food, it affects food prices around the world. This shows how important Ukraine is for global food security. Ukraine exports food through its ports on the Black Sea. Large ships carry Ukrainian grain to countries all over the world. The country's position near the sea makes it easy to transport food to other places. The farming industry employs many people in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainian people work in agriculture. This industry helps the country's economy and provides jobs for many families. Ukrainian farmers work hard to feed both their own country and the world. Ukraine has many valuable natural resources underground. These resources include metals, minerals, and energy sources that are important for making things people need every day. Ukraine has a large amount of iron ore is used to make steel, which is needed for building cars, bridges, and buildings. The country also has coal, which can be used for energy. There are deposits of manganese, which is needed to make strong steel. The country has important metals like titanium and uranium. Titanium is very strong and light, so it is used in airplanes and spacecraft. Uranium can be used to make nuclear energy. Ukraine also has deposits of rare earth metals that are needed for computers and phones. Ukraine has natural gas reserves. Natural gas is used for heating homes and cooking food. The country also has some oil deposits. These energy resources are valuable for Ukraine's economy and for other countries that might buy them. Many of these resources help Ukraine make money by selling them to other countries. The metals and minerals are sent around the world to be used in factories. This trade helps Ukraine's economy grow and provides jobs for Ukrainian workers. Some of Ukraine's resources are located in areas that are now controlled by Russia because of the war. This makes it harder for Ukraine to use these resources. But Ukraine still has many valuable resources in areas it controls. Ukraine is in a very important location for trade routes between Europe and Asia. Many goods travel through Ukraine when moving between different countries. This makes Ukraine valuable for international business and trade. Historically, Ukraine has been on important trade paths. The ancient Silk Road and other trade routes passed through Ukrainian territory. Merchants and traders have used Ukrainian land to move goods for hundreds of years. This tradition continues today. Ukraine has good connections by land, sea, and rail. Trains carrying goods travel through Ukraine to reach other countries. The country has railways that connect to both European and Asian rail networks. This makes it easier and cheaper to transport goods long distances. The country's ports on the Black Sea are important for shipping. Large cargo ships use these ports to carry goods around the world. Ukrainian ports connect Europe to countries in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. This sea access makes Ukraine valuable for global trade. Gas and oil pipelines run through Ukraine. These pipelines carry energy from Russia to European countries. Ukraine earns money by allowing these pipelines to cross its territory. However, this also makes Ukraine important in energy politics between Russia and Europe. Ukraine's position helps connect different economic regions. The country links the economies of Western Europe with those of Eastern Europe and Asia. This makes Ukraine important for economic cooperation and development across the continent. Ukraine plays a big role in Europe's energy security. The country has been important for transporting natural gas from Russia to European countries. This makes Ukraine very significant in European energy politics. For many years, natural gas from Russia traveled through Ukrainian pipelines to reach European homes and businesses. These pipelines cross Ukraine's territory to deliver energy to countries like Germany, Italy, and others. Ukraine earned money by allowing these gas transfers. Ukraine also has its own natural gas reserves. The country produces some of its own energy, though not enough for all its needs. Ukraine has been working to find and develop more of its own energy sources to become more independent. The country has been developing renewable energy sources. Ukraine has built wind farms and solar power plants. These clean energy sources help reduce dependence on gas and oil. The government wants to increase renewable energy production in the future. Ukraine's energy role affects all of Europe. When there are problems with gas flowing through Ukraine, it can affect energy supplies across Europe. This shows how connected European countries are when it comes to energy security. The war has changed Ukraine's energy situation significantly. Some pipelines have been damaged or stopped working. European countries have had to find new ways to get energy without depending on routes through Ukraine. This has made Europe think more about energy independence. Ukraine has a large population of about 44 million people before the war started. Most Ukrainian people are ethnically Ukrainian, but the country also has people from different backgrounds living together peacefully. The majority of people in Ukraine speak Ukrainian as their main language. Ukrainian is the official language of the country. However, many people also speak Russian, especially in eastern parts of Ukraine. Some people speak both languages fluently in their daily life. Ukraine has people from many different ethnic groups. Besides Ukrainians, there are Russians, Belarusians, Bulgarians, Hungarians, Poles, and many others. These different groups have lived together in Ukraine for many generations. This diversity makes Ukrainian culture very rich and varied indeed. Most Ukrainian people follow Christianity. The largest groups are Orthodox Christians, though there are also Greek Catholics and other Christian groups. There are also people who follow other religions or no religion at all. Ukrainian culture has influenced other countries and been influenced by them. Ukrainian music, art, food, and traditions are unique, but also share some things with neighboring countries. This cultural mixing makes Ukraine an interesting bridge between different European cultures and traditions. The war has caused many Ukrainian people to leave their homes. Millions of Ukrainians have moved to other countries as refugees. Many others have moved within Ukraine to safer areas. This has been very difficult for Ukrainian families and communities. Ukraine has a long history of working toward democracy and freedom. The Ukrainian people have shown they want to choose their own government and have basic rights and freedoms. In 2004, Ukraine had the Orange Revolution. This was when many Ukrainian people protested because they believed the presidential election was not fair. The people wanted honest elections and a government that represented them. Their protests led to new elections that were more fair. In 2013-2014, Ukraine had another big movement called Euromaidan, or the Revolution of Dignity. Ukrainian people protested when their president decided not to sign an agreement with the European Union. The people wanted closer ties with Europe and less corruption in government. These movements showed that Ukrainian people value democracy and human rights. They were willing to protest peacefully to demand better government. The people wanted transparency, which means the government should be open about what it does. Ukraine has been working to build stronger democratic institutions. This means creating systems where people can vote freely, where courts make fair decisions, and where the government serves the people. Building democracy takes time and great effort. The Ukrainian people's commitment to democracy has inspired other countries around the world. When people see Ukrainians fighting for their rights and freedoms, it encourages others to do the same. Ukraine's democratic movements have been important examples for people around the world. Ukraine has been developing a strong technology and IT industry. This industry involves creating computer software, websites, mobile apps, and other technology services. Ukraine's tech sector has become very important for the country's economy. Many Ukrainian programmers and software developers are very skilled. They work on projects for companies around the world. Ukrainian tech workers create software for banking, healthcare, gaming, and many other businesses. Their skills are recognized globally by international clients. The IT industry in Ukraine employs hundreds of thousands of people. These are often well-paying jobs that help the Ukrainian economy. The tech sector has been growing rapidly, even during difficult times. This growth helps Ukraine develop a modern economy. Ukrainian tech companies work with clients from the United States, Europe, and other regions. They provide services like software development, web design, and technical support. This international work brings money into Ukraine and creates jobs for Ukrainian people. Many famous technology companies and products have Ukrainian connections. Some well-known apps and websites were created by Ukrainian developers or companies with Ukrainian roots. This shows the high quality of Ukrainian technology work. The tech industry has continued working even during the war. Many Ukrainian tech workers have been able to keep their jobs by working remotely. This has helped Ukraine's economy stay stable during very difficult times. The tech sector proves that Ukraine can compete in modern global industries. The war in Ukraine has created a large refugee crisis. Millions of Ukrainian people have had to leave their homes to escape the fighting. This has affected not only Ukraine, but also many other European countries. Over 6 million Ukrainian refugees have left their country since the war began. Most of these refugees are women, children, and elderly people. Ukrainian men between certain ages are required to stay in the country to help defend it. Most Ukrainian refugees have gone to neighboring countries first. Poland, Romania, Moldova, Slovakia, and Hungary have received the most refugees. These countries have opened their borders and tried to help Ukrainian families find safety. Many refugees have then moved to other European countries. Germany, Czech Republic, and other EU countries have welcomed Ukrainian refugees. The European Union created special rules to help Ukrainian refugees live, work, and study in any EU country. The refugee crisis has been difficult, but has also shown international cooperation. Countries, organizations, and ordinary people have donated money, food, clothing, and shelter to help Ukrainian refugees. This has been one of the largest humanitarian efforts in recent history. Many Ukrainian refugees hope to return to their country when the war ends. Some have already returned to parts of Ukraine that are safer. The refugee crisis shows how war affects not just soldiers, but also ordinary families who just want to live in peace and safety. Ukraine is important for international law and the rules that countries follow when dealing with each other. What happens in Ukraine affects how countries around the world think about sovereignty, territorial integrity, and international agreements. In 1994, Ukraine signed the Budapest Memorandum. In this agreement, Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons. In exchange, Russia, the United States, and the United Kingdom promised to respect Ukraine's borders and not attack the country. This was an important international agreement. Russia's invasion of Ukraine violated the Budapest Memorandum and international law. This has serious consequences for international relations. It shows that some countries might not keep their promises, which makes other countries worried about their own security. Ukraine's situation affects how other countries think about their own defense. Some countries that gave up weapons in the past now wonder if that was a good decision. Other countries might decide they need stronger defenses to protect themselves. The international community has supported Ukraine through economic sanctions against Russia and military aid to Ukraine. Many countries have said that Russia's actions are legal under international law. This support shows that most countries believe in following international rules. Ukraine's fight for its territorial integrity has become a symbol for international law. The outcome of the situation will affect how countries interact with each other in the future. It will influence whether countries respect borders and international agreements or try to take territory by force.